Hi, Professor Paul Frank here from your online international relations class, and I just wanted to give you another update on what to expect for the upcoming week. Oftentimes in class, I use the analogy of a play in describing international relations. You have actors, including the main actors and the supporting actors. You have the critics in the audience. You have the plot. You have the script. And you also have the setting or the stage in which all of the action takes place. This week, we're going to be talking about the stage in terms of the system or global systems in which the many different actors in international relations hone their craft. Last week, of course, we were talking about one of the main actors, states, in describing the play and the action going on in international relations. Now, when we talk about the global system, think of it in terms of any kind of system that you might be aware of, whether it's an ecosystem, a digestive system, the solar system. We live and deal with all sorts of systems all the time. Of course, there's also a global system, the system in which all the global actors undertake their business. So this week we're going to be looking at those systems. Now, when you're watching the videos, listening to the podcasts, reading the articles, and certainly when you're reading your textbook, I want you to think about the many different systems that we've seen historically, whether it be a balance of power system, a bipolar system like we experienced during the Cold War, a unipolar system, a multipolar system, or maybe a system where there is no system. I want you to consider all those different options and ask yourself, what kind of system do we live in now? Or in other words, what kind of system are international actors operating under currently? Also, when talking about the global systems, it's important to understand how these systems develop and how ideas get shared throughout the system. So I want you to focus on some key definitions as well, such as globalization. By the end of this week, you should know what globalization is. I want you to understand the idea of interdependence and also the idea of contagion. In other words, how are ideas spread and how do ideas or systems become contagious to other actors within the system? For this week, you have 3 articles to read that are on D2L. The first is A Game of Catch-Up, also A Global Power Shift in the Making, and the third is called A World Without Power. I want you to read all 3 of those articles. Choose one of them to compare with your newspaper article that you'll write about for your article analysis. So you do have an article analysis due this week. I also expect you to watch the videos, the podcasts, do all the regular stuff that you do. Keep in mind there is no writing assignment for this week, and there is no online textbook quiz for this week, so you don't have to worry about that for now. The main video that I have you watching, which is a lecture video on D2L, it's about an hour long, so make sure that you give yourself enough time to watch that in its entirety. Also, as always, I'll be giving you an opportunity to earn extra credit by telling me the best website that you came up with that has to do with globalization. So however you want to do it, I want you to find a website that explains and describes globalization best to you. And then send that to me via email before Friday of next week, and I'll give you 1 extra credit point for doing that. In the meantime, scrolling across the screen, you'll see the website for last week's winner on foreign policy, the best website that was submitted. In the meantime, as always, if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to send me an email, stop by during office hours, or give me a call. I'd be happy to clarify any of the information or answer any of your questions. Until then.